everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our first GiSTEMChats of the year, Virtual Chat 22.1, celebration of women and girls in science. Today is going to be a very special event and very special chat because we have two powerhouse women scientists on this chat tonight, and I can't wait to introduce you to them. But first, let me let you know a little bit about me. I am Latoya Mayfield. I am the founder and president of GSTEM, which is Girls Impacting Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. And we are mentors and advocates for girls who have an interest in becoming a STEM professional. And we do this by instilling confidence, determination, critical thinking, and teamwork while molding the minds of girls for the future of true innovation. And like I said, today, guys, we have two powerhouses in the house tonight. We have Dr. Shy Brown and we have Eisha Clyde joining us today. And before we even introduce them all the way, because I know everyone is anxious, I know you are, let me tell you about our GiSTEMChats. So our GiSTEMChats are our 30 to 60-minute segments where we bring STEM professionals in to tell us about their journey, their aspirations, their challenges, and their successes, because it's important that we let all the kids and even other people and other adults understand that they still have a future in STEM if they want to. And so we know that it's important to see people like you, whether it's your race, ethnicity, or background, and that they can do it. If they did it, you can do it too. So we're excited that you are joining us for our first GiSTEMChats of the year. And also, I have to say this, the reason that we're celebrating today, one is because of International Day of Women and Girls in Science taking place this Friday, February 11th, 2022, but also because this awesome month, which is called Black History Month, is taking place all month long in February. And so it's only right that we have two women, Black women, STEM professionals here in the house tonight. So first, I'm going to introduce Dr. Shy Brown. Dr. Shy Brown is a biochemist specializing in biochemistry, immunology, and exercise science research. She received her Bachelor's of Science from Jackson State University and both her Master's of Science and her doctorate from Tennessee State University. She has been featured on PBS Nova and invited to several talks and presentations about science and her career path as a senior scientist at Gatorade Sports Science Institute. She is also the founder and the president of Building Bridges Incorporated, a nonprofit organization that is designed to expose, equip, and empower young Black girls to pursue STEM through self-awareness strategies. So let's give a warm welcome for Dr. Shy Brown doing awesome and amazing things. Next, we have Eisha Clyde. Eisha Clyde has a Master's in Science and is a research scientist that focuses on T-cell and B-cell response to adeno-associated virus vectors. Eisha is a proud HBCU graduate of North Carolina Central University, where she received her bachelor's degree in biology in 2015. Her passion for science and mentorship led to the formation of the nonprofit, the HBCU STEMulUS Incorporated. Their mission is to educate, train, and develop students at historically Black colleges and universities for the successful careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because of her journey, she wants to fully equip the next generation with career and professional resources to become successful and innovative STEM professionals. Everyone give a round of applause for Eisha Clyde. Thank you both for joining me today. We are so excited to hear from you both and all of the knowledge that you are willing to share with us today. So we're going to first go ahead and go into our first part of our chat tonight. And the first question that I have to ask you both is, where do you currently work and what is your role? Dr. Shy, you may have the floor.
Well, I'm a senior scientist currently working at PepsiCo for Gatorade Sports Science Institute as the lead biochemist for exercise physiology research.
Nice. So how long have you been working with the company?
I've actually been working with GSSI for 4.5 years now.
Awesome.
And oh, go ahead.
I see you ready. That's how I like it. Okay, that's what we like. That's what we like. So, Eisha, do you mind letting us know where you work and what your role is, and also you can let us know how long you've been there as well.
Sure. So I work at AxBio, which is a gene therapy company here in Research Triangle Park, North Carolina. I'm a research associate in the translational medicine department. As you stated in my bio, I focus on the immune cell responses to our gene therapy products. I actually started in November of 2020, so I'll kind of get my years mixed up. I feel like we're still in 2020. So since 2020, I've been there.
Awesome. That's amazing. So, question for both of you. Has the roles that you've been in or the role that you're currently in been something that you've always wanted to do? Or what has been your reasoning for going into this role? Eisha, would you like to start first this time?
Sure. Actually, I had a passion for dentistry. I wanted to be a dentist, orthodontist to be exact. And it started during middle school. I had braces, and my dentist, she just seemed as if she enjoyed what she did. And so throughout middle school, even going into high school and even college, I had that passion for dentistry. I did summer programs. I shadowed dentists. I took the DAT, but I'm not there today. And so I'm still within STEM. But my passion since I was little was dentistry. And then one day I just came to the point of like, okay, was that just my passion when I was younger? And is it not my passion now? And so I really had to do a lot of prayer and thinking about what it is that I really wanted to do. So nope, it wasn't.
Oh, that's okay. And listen, I have similar stories, so I definitely can understand how your career path changed from where you thought you were going to be to where you are today. So, Dr. Shy, what about you?
Well, I'm actually kind of similar to Eisha. So this always hasn't been the field that I thought I was going to be in. I actually thought I was going to go to school to be a medical doctor, particularly a pediatric surgeon. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I thought I was going to do. I even did a summer internship at Meharry Medical College, but it didn't work out that way. And so the reason why I chose this field is the motivation actually became because I didn't know anything about industry. And so I became curious and I wanted to learn something new. So although I was preparing to go into an academic setting, this opportunity came around and I said, you know what? This is something new. Let me go for it because I know nothing about it.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about you guys' background. Like, what was your background like to get to this point? Dr. Shy, we're going to reverse it and start back with you.
Okay. So after graduating high school, I actually started out at Meridian Community College because I, at the time, thought I wanted to become a nurse. Well, that didn't work out because I had a failure and I did not pass the first semester of nursing school. So I was dismissed from the nursing program. So I seriously thought, like, dang, man, I failed something because in high school, I'm used to making all A's. So when I failed this, it was kind of devastating to me. But I ended up graduating from Meridian Community College and I ended up getting a scholarship to Jackson State University. From there, I again thought I wanted to go to med school. I took an MCAT prep course, but I did not take the MCAT. I got afraid. So I'm like, okay, was I afraid to fail again because I didn't pass nursing school? And I skipped out on taking the MCAT. Well, while I was at Jackson State, I got into a research program called Computational Biology and Bioinformatics. That opportunity led to me, after graduating from Jackson State, doing a postdoc in Washington at Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. I stayed there for 2.5 years, applied for grad school, got into Tennessee State, and stayed there for my master's and my PhD in biological science. And I conducted immunology and cancer research. So now, today, I sit before you as a biochemist in exercise science. So from all of that, even though I did pass my nursing program, I did take the MCAT, it's like the failures, they led to triumph.
Absolutely.
And actually what I thought was a failure actually ended up being a great opportunity.
Absolutely. I love that. What you thought was a failure became a great opportunity. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Eisha, what about you?
So following high school, I went to college, of course. So I went, like I stated, North Carolina Central University. And dentistry was my passion. I failed a course, organic chemistry. Oh my gosh, I felt like a failure. I was like, I'm supposed to go to dental school with all A's, and how am I going to go when I failed a whole class? And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then that same semester, I got a C in calculus, which was a 5-credit course. And I was just like, oh my gosh, so my GPA just kind of plummeted. And I was like, how am I even going to are they even going to look at my application with a C in calculus and then a failed organic chemistry course. That next semester I did take organic chemistry over. I came out with a B, thank God. And I still graduated on time because this was like my junior year. And I was like, wait a minute. And so while I was in college, I didn't get any wet lab experience. I didn't get wet lab experience until grad school. Thankful for my PI, Dr. Alana Ehrlich, that took me in and said, okay, even though you don't have research experience, I'll bring you on. And so that first semester, it was hard for me because, like I said, I didn't have the wet lab experience. So trying to understand the science and the technique was kind of difficult for me at first. And she assisted me. And then I had like a lot of minority women with me in the laboratory. And so they assisted me along the way. And then like second semester, she was like, okay, I'm gonna push you out the nest. And I was like, wait a minute. But it gave me the opportunity to learn on my own of putting the science together, really thinking about what I was doing, learning how to troubleshoot different assays, learning how to develop assays, and also presentations. Even while in grad school, I actually failed my first thesis defense. Yeah, and that really actually it was my thesis proposal. And I was embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah. But all of that to say this, I graduated from graduate school, came back to North Carolina. I started working at Duke in the Department of Biology. I was working with some students in their undergrad program. And I was like, I miss research because when I graduated from grad school, I was like, I don't want to do research, blah, blah, I just went through too much. But then working with students, I was like, actually, I do want to go back to research. So I left the Department of Biology and then I went to start working doing HIV-1 research, where I was working with clinical samples. And so I really enjoyed that, stayed there for like a little bit over a year. And then from there, I came here to now the gene therapy company. So literally everything was kind of working itself out. So learning the wet lab experience, getting HIV-1 research experience, and then now in gene therapy.
That's awesome. So I'm gonna throw out this question. How were you both able to adjust when that failure happened? What helped you with adjusting during that time of feeling like you failed to pull yourself back up to keep going? I know for myself, the class that I failed was advanced anatomy and physiology because I'm like, I don't want to go to med school. So why do I have to take the advanced version of this? Is there not a regular or a college level? Why do we have to have this advanced one? And that was like so hard for me. And I felt like I had failed because I did fail that class. But what things helped you or what techniques helped you pull yourself up to keep going? Eisha, would you like to go first?
Sure. I would say my mom. Thank God for mama. Mama, if you watching, thank you. Literally, I would call her and I'm like, Mom, I don't think I can do this. And she's like, we're not gonna do that. And she would just pray for me. She would just lift my spirits. Also, my community of friends that probably felt the course with me. We just kind of lifted each other up as well. And just remembering while I was there, and just trying to remain positive, and just affirming myself and just saying, okay, even though this was a failure does not mean even though I felt this course does not make me a failure, it's just something that I can learn from. And so within that next semester, when I retook the course, I learned better study habits. I learned how to really think about what I was doing, and not just to study to pass the course, but to actually understand the concepts.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Great response. Dr. Shy?
Yes, as I think back on those community college days for me, I think for me it was, I knew that wasn't the end. So I was like in my early 20s when I didn't pass the first semester of nursing school. And just because I didn't pass, I knew, okay, well, what's next? So either way, I was still going to graduate from that community college. It just wasn't going to be in nursing.
Absolutely.
So I did what I had to do and just got my associate's in arts degree. And then from there, me getting that degree actually led to me getting a scholarship to go to Jackson State. So I still came out on top.
Absolutely. Because I both of those responses hit home, because one, my mother, I know for me, was a huge reason in my support from my family, you know, helped me keep pushing, but also knowing that that's not the end. And that's both of you guys' answers are amazing. And I hope that our viewers are listening out there, that even if you do not pass something the first go around, or if you are intimidated because something didn't work out, it's okay. That's just a part of the process. That's not your end. Just keep going and pushing forward. I am excited. I love that. So another thing, you guys are scientists. You're trained to be analytical and detail oriented. How has your scientific background helped you in your career? I'm sorry, either one of you guys can actually.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everyone's like, which one? I apologize.
I could go. Personally, I can definitely say I pay attention to detail quite a bit. And paying attention to detail in my career has helped me through conducting human clinical trials for research, because that's what I do. I collect sweat. That's what I do. And and because of collecting sweat and analyzing sweat, that research has led to me being a part of an innovative product that's currently out on the market called the GX Sweat Patch. And so the purpose of this patch, people can wear it, collect their sweat, and they can download an app, which will be able to give them their sweat profile. Wow. So the first time I went into the store to purchase it, I looked at it and I said, wow, like I helped develop this technology. So that was like a really cool experience to purchase that, and to know that like all the research that I put into that make that come to life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Eisha?
So I guess for me, I feel like my science life has kind of spilled over into my personal life when it comes to like just being so detailed. Like someone will say something and I like nitpick every single little thing. And then like, yeah. But I would say just the orientation and just the organization and just all of it definitely helps me a lot when it comes to troubleshooting assays. So with my research, I have to, of course, develop assays. And then, of course, I'm working with human samples. And so we're human, we make mistakes. And so just having the ability to say, oh, okay, this happened. So my brain has to automatically switch and be like, okay, this is what we can do. This is how we can change it. This is how we can fix it. And so my background has definitely helped me with that a lot, for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. So it's really important for people in STEM in general, but especially in the science community, to build a network, right? How has your development of building your network helped you in your career? Eisha, would you like to go first on this one?
Sure. Networking is definitely very important. That's how I met you, and now how I met Dr. Shy. Yeah. So like, I was just thinking about this the other day. Even though I'm not in dentistry, it's it's amazing how I went through those different dentistry, the different programs, the summer internships, and I met people that are now dentists, that are now doctors, that are now physician assistants, and I'm able to pull on them and say, hey, I started a nonprofit organization. Can you talk? Can you do this? Can you do that? Even with LinkedIn, since COVID has started, has just like really blew up. And so like seeing that somebody's doing something that I'm interested in, or like has something related to my nonprofit organization, just being able to connect with them on that level is amazing. And so I'm a people person. I like to talk. And so I don't have a problem communicating or opening up about what it is that I do. And so networking is very key, is very important. My current job I got by networking through LinkedIn.
Awesome.
And so it's very key and it's very important.
Absolutely. What about you, Dr. Shy?
Yes, so much parallel to Eisha. So she mentioned a lot of the dentists she know. Oh my gosh. So the my friends that are now medical doctors, they went on to become medical doctors. I became a biochemist, but I can still reach out to them and say, hey, would you like to do this for building bridges? Or, so it's amazing how parallel that is with you. The other thing I want to add about networking, of course, is very important, like you said, Eisha, but my advice in regards to networking is to be authentic. And sometimes networking can be perceived as what can I gain or what can I get out of it? But if you go into it with how can I serve, then that's when you can see the opportunity start pouring in.
Absolutely. That was great advice. I was about to ask you guys, what are some great networking tips? Eisha, do you have any networking tips that you can add to what Dr. Shy just stated?
Oh, that was really good.
That was a good one.
Yes, being sure that you go in with the mindset of serving. Have to be a servant leader for sure. Some networking tips. Like she said, be authentic, be yourself. If there's an opportunity, and that's something that you want to do, don't hesitate to reach out to somebody and saying, hey, I lack this skill, I lack that skill. Is there a way that I could possibly get in on this internship? Or do you know of someone? I see that you're in this field. Because one thing about people, they love to talk about themselves. They love to talk about what they do. And so just reaching out to people. And if you do see like an internship opportunity or even a job opportunity, and there may be one or two things that you're missing, still apply for it. You never know what can happen, because most times when you go into a company, they're still gonna have to train you anyway. But it's just your aura. It has to just be something about you that definitely stands out. But so those are a few of my tips.
Okay, awesome. So last question for this part. As Black women in the STEM industry or in the science industry, how have you been able to navigate just being in this field specifically? Dr. Brown, would you like to go first?
I would have to say connecting with other Black women like yourselves in this field. And in regards to building bridges, I know we'll talk about our nonprofits later. I was able to connect with other women, say, hey, I see you doing your thing in STEM. Would you like to come and be a part of what I'm creating and building over here? And that actually happened. And the same thing with the organization that I currently work for within PepsiCo. I've been able to network with other Black women that are doing great things within science. And just to say, hey, I want to learn more about what you're doing. I didn't know you was over there doing something in another part of the United States. How can I learn more? And you just start to share stories. And then that also creates on the network.
Absolutely. What about you, Eisha?
Could you repeat the question again?
Yes, just being Black women scientists in this field, how are you able to navigate in this science field?
Yeah, so definitely going off of what Dr. Shah said about seeing other Black women in spaces that you think they're not there, but they are. It may just be one at the time, and then it kind of grows because you're there and then other people are coming along. Also, the networking definitely, of course, is definitely a part of that, as she stated and as she mentioned. I feel like it's so much, to be honest. What else? Yeah, I guess I will just say like those two big things as of right now. Definitely networking, and just seeing that other people look like you, and just stepping out there and doing for sure. So
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna throw out this last question for this part, and that is, what advice would you give someone that's interested in pursuing the field specifically that you guys are in? So, Eisha, would you like to go on that one first? What advice would you give?
so whatever you're interested in STEM, definitely do it because they all are connected. How I went from doing graduate research of looking at signaling pathways and seeing just how that can assist with my research when I did HIV, and then how HIV, even though it's not gene therapy, how just the comparisons between the two. So definitely like opening yourself up to different opportunities, multiple opportunities. And if there is something that you are interested in, such as computer science or mathematics, and just seeing how they two correlate, like maybe do an internship for mathematics one summer and then computer science the next. And there is a job out there that is looking for somebody with your skill set and with your knowledge. So I would definitely say go all out, go all out.
Awesome, awesome. Dr. Shy?
Yeah, just to build off what Isha just said, like she said, there are jobs are out there in these particular fields. Just go and see what jobs are out there and see what they're requesting for people to do.
Mhm.
And then another thing that Isha mentioned earlier was about LinkedIn. You can get on LinkedIn and connect with someone that's doing something you would like to do. Send them a message and just say, hey, I would like to do an informational interview. I've had people to reach out to me plenty of times just to have a conversation, and we talk for 30 minutes and that's it. And they just wanted to learn more about what I do. So that's another way to get, more information about, different fields that you're interested in.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Thank you both for that. So right now we're going to take a quick break. I just want to let everyone know about our GSTEM Week 2022 that is happening July 11th through July 16th for rising 8th through 12th grade girls. It is our week long where we're going through all the different disciplines, science, technology, engineering, and we've added business this year to wrap it all together. Our participants will be able to participate in a capstone project where they will be able to actually do research and present at the end of the week to their family, our sponsors, and even our GSTEM personnel. So if you haven't already, if you have a rising 8th through 12th grade girl that is interested in a summer program, this is going to be completely virtual. So they do not have to be in Richmond, Virginia, where we're located. It's going to be virtual. So we will send the information out to you and you can log right onto your computer and join us. So let us know if you're interested. You can apply at www.gsteminc.org. Again, that's www.gsteminc.org. So thanks guys for that little break real quick, that little commercial break that we just had. We're about to roll into our second part of the chat. Are you guys ready? All right, all right. So this part is where we're really going to focus more about their nonprofit organizations. Again, they are nonprofit leaders and are scientists. Come on, that is awesome. That's just absolutely amazing. So we want to make sure that we learn more about how we can be part of their nonprofit. So Eisha, would you like to go first? Tell us about your nonprofit. Who do you serve and how long has your organization been running?
Sure. Well, let me just congratulate you for being a STEM professional and also having a nonprofit organization. So let me give you the accolades. So yes, I do have a nonprofit and it's called the HBCU STEMulUS. And our mission is to educate, train, and develop students at HBCUs for successful careers in STEM. And so, of course, I'm targeting HBCU students. And actually, we started in April of 2020. It actually became a nonprofit in March of last year.
Woo!
So
Awesome.
that's my firstborn.
Awesome, awesome. Dr. Shy, would you like to tell us about your nonprofit? Who do you serve and how long your organization has been running?
Yes, so my nonprofit is called Building Bridges. and we are designed to expose, equip, and empower young girls to pursue STEM through self-awareness strategies. We started as a nonprofit in 2018, and we've been going strong for 4 years now.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So the most important question for me, right, is what prompted you both to start the organization in the first place? So I am very interested in knowing. I know me, when people ask that question, I'm like, it's a long story behind this. So I'm very interested in knowing the stories behind what prompted your organization, Dr. Shy.
Oh man, I'm not going to go long on this story because I can. I'm trying to keep it short and sweet. 3 words to really put this all together: exposure, self-love, and representation.
Awesome.
After I defended my dissertation in Nashville, it was during the summer of 2017. Before defending, I had got with a group of young Black girls that lived in that neighborhood. I was going to someone's house, a colleague of mine who went to Vanderbilt. We would meet up at their house on Wednesdays. And I started to get so consumed with finishing that I stopped going because I had to finish my dissertation and defend. So once I got done with that, I said, okay, I need to do something for these young girls, but I want to get them out of the neighborhood. So a colleague of mine at TSU, we invited the girls on campus. And so I wanted to show them my lab where I did research. And they came to campus and we actually did some experiments with them. The girls, they learned how to make shampoo and conditioner. They learned about the biology of hair, and we wrapped up with self-affirmations. Nice. And actually, that is how Building Bridges was born without me even knowing.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. That is exciting. I love that. That is awesome. Eisha, what about you? What prompted you to start your organization?
Yes, so in 2019, I reached out, I reached out to a professor back in HBCU, and I said, hey, it's about to be homecoming. I'd like to do something for students in the biology department. I'm a scientist. I just kind of want to give back. So what actually started as just being what I thought was just going to be me turned into like about 15 STEM professionals coming and speaking to students about their journey from NCCU to where they are now, whether that's them being a scientist, OBGYN, pharmacist, nurse, nice. All of that. And just allowing students to just ask questions. And so what I noticed was it was some students that said, yeah, I'm interested in medicine and going to medical school. And I said, okay, have you took the MCAT? And they said, no. I said, okay, what's your classification? I'm a senior. And I'm like, okay, have you shadowed a physician just yet? No, I haven't. I was like, okay. And so I immediately went back home and I was like, okay, where's the disconnect? Where's the disconnect? And how can I be the bridge between the gap? And so just from there, I said, okay, this is something that I continue to do. This is something I can definitely continue to do for students. And it just kind of built from there. And so, yeah, that's how the HBCU STEMulUS started. It really started with me having a mission first. And then the name started. As you may see with the name, of course, you have HBCU, but STEMulUS is spelled STEMUL, and then it's capitalized US, and US is for us. And so, yeah, that's how the HBCU STEMulUS started.
Awesome, awesome. That building bridges, that jumped right on in there. I heard it. Jumped right up in there.
Yes.
No, that's absolutely awesome. And it sounds like both of you guys kind of fell into it to me, right? Like if you didn't go to that that event at your school, right, you wouldn't have been able to, you wouldn't have known that disconnect was there. And if you didn't go to your friend's house and you guys bring all the girls together, you wouldn't know that they needed different exposure. So it's like you both kind of fell into this. This was called for you specifically, both of you guys specifically. So that is amazing to me. Another question, what is different about your organization than other STEM nonprofits? I know when people hear STEM nonprofits, they're like, it's not enough of you guys. And the answer is there will never be enough STEM nonprofits because we all focus on different things that are needed. And all of us together are the answer to the problem or the solution. So what makes your nonprofit different than maybe another organization someone that says, hey, there's another STEM nonprofit, what makes yours different? Dr. Shy, we're gonna reverse it and go back to you.
Awesome. Our nonprofit, we have 3 core values: expose, equip, and empower. So through exposure, we increase the awareness of STEM related careers through the STEM professionals. So that way, the audience that we're talking to, because our vision is for Black girls, they see STEM professionals that look like them.
Absolutely.
From an equipping standpoint, now this one is huge. This is what really makes us stand out. We actually prepare our programs through STEM topics with tailor-made STEM programs that showcase the breadth of knowledge of our team. So I'm a biochemist. We have our president. She is within food safety, so she's now like in the candy making business. We have an outreach person. He's in food science. Nice. We just have like so many people within different careers of STEM. And so we're able to use our STEM experiences and tailor-made our STEM program. So we have the science behind hair, we have the science of candy making, we have love the skin you're in. These are all things that we make up ourselves. Mm-hmm. And we like create our own kits, and we hand pack our own kits. So really that is really what makes us stand out from other STEM organizations.
Amazing, amazing. What about you, Eisha? What about at the HBCU STEMulUS?
So for us, I guess I would say it's a good bit of things. Well, I know a lot of organizations, regardless if it's STEM or not, they do focus on HBCU students. For us, we're specifically focusing on students pursuing STEM careers. And so not just, oh, we want to get you in the door for the job. Like, yes, we want to get you, yes, we want you to get a job. But I think some organizations forget that you have to teach them and train them how to actually get there. Because if you're like, oh, fix your resume, and if you're like just giving tips, but not actually showing them how to fix your resume, I think it's a disservice. And so we're in the process of creating different career and professional training developments, which include like how to build your resume, like for students that just have a blank sheet of paper, right. Like literally taking you through the backbone of that. How to be confident when going into interviews, because a lot of students don't know that not only are they interviewing, that are they being interviewed by employers, they're also interviewing the company as well. Absolutely. And so going in there saying, okay, yeah, you're going to benefit me, but like, how am I going to benefit you? And so just being sure that they're confident in that, elevator pitches as well, and also networking. And so being sure that they have all of these things needed to get them there. Also, it doesn't just stop there. They need mentorship as well. And so that's something we definitely want to add on. Representation is definitely important. And so some members of my team, forensics, we even have someone from a psychology background, which is a STEM related field. Absolutely. So when we're kind of like off here, we're like, she's like, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. And so just being sure that everything that the student needs is what we have to be sure that they're pushed to where they need to go. Because like I said, it's a disservice that you're like, yeah, this is how you look for a job. This is how you connect. But some students coming from HBCUs may not know. Of course, they have career services, and this is not to knock career services, but it doesn't really have a strong STEM focus. Also, myself included, and those on my team, we're in STEM right now. We're in industry. We're in academia. And so we have conversation with HR, and we're like, what is it that we're lacking? What is it that students from HBCUs are lacking compared to others at R1 institutions? Mm-hmm. And so we know firsthand. And so those are some things that make us different.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I know for us at GSTEM, the main thing that we drive is teaching girls about how to be in an organization and the different parts that organizations play. And you don't really understand that until you are in an organization. And sometimes that's too late, right? You're trying to learn how to be in these STEM-based organizations and what different groups do what, and how does that all come together to move the business forward. So that's like one of the things that we really focus on. And so that's why I think it's important that we know that even though we all are in STEM, we are all focusing on different things, and together we are the solution to the problem. Another question I have is, how can viewers connect with your organization? I think we should go ahead and mention that now. How can they connect with your organization? Dr. Shy, would you like to go first?
Yes, so you can visit our website at iambbinc.com. That's iambbinc.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at iambbinc. So on our website, you'll see ways to actually get involved. We actually have some events coming up, and you can also donate to our organization as well.
Awesome, awesome. Eisha, how can they connect with your organization?
Yes, similarly to Dr. Shah, our website, which is actually being updated right now, but you can still go subscribe, and also you can donate. And so the HBCUSTEMulUS.org. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn at the HBCUSTEMulUS.org. And if you'd like to contact us, you can email us at info@the HBCUSTEMulUS.org.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So y'all get the following, the donating, the checking out, all that good stuff. So at GSTEM, our mantra is to instill confidence, influence critical thinking, and inspire the next generation of girls. Tell me, why do you guys think that girls should be at the table in STEM careers? Well, Eisha, you can go first on this one.
Sure. When I was filling out the application, I mentioned girls in STEM lead to women in STEM. And I feel like all women should definitely be at the table, giving thoughts, giving opinions, giving suggestions. Because of course, women we've been silenced for so long. And there are so many innovators that are women, so many technologists and scientists and doctors that are women that are amazing, and that have contributed so much to the field, such as Katherine Johnson. Like, nobody really knew about her until Hidden Figures came out. And it's like, wait, a Black woman got a white man to the moon? Like, let's really talk about it. And so, and not discrediting or limiting what girls can do, because girls will become women. And so women also will become leaders. And so, yeah, I could keep going on about that topic, but
Shout out to Katherine Johnson. She did pass away this month, so we will be celebrating her as well this month. So absolutely. Dr. Shai?
Similar to what Eisha just said, the thing about it is, when you think about, how the world is growing in occupations, STEM will always be there.
Always.
So it's going to continuously grow. And then even with, men and women, that gender gap, we want to basically, get rid of that, basically. And so with women pursuing STEM degrees, getting those careers, we understand that when you think about innovation, it's tied to how, diverse of humans' experience is.
Absolutely.
Because then you can have a man experiencing something totally different from a woman. You can have a white man experiencing something totally different from a Black man, and vice versa. human experiences are so different. And so we just want to basically continue to train girls to become women in STEM to help with that STEM trained workforce in order to be a major asset to the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. So question, does your nonprofit or does your employer have any internships or any volunteer opportunities that you would like to share with our viewers tonight? Eisha, would you like to go and let us know if there are any?
Sure. So we have volunteer opportunities. We're actually coming to the end of my board of directors term at the end of this year. So if you're interested in being a board member, I mean like board president, vice president, definitely contact us and let us know. Also, if you're a STEM professional, you just want to give back to college students at HBCUs, regardless of if you went to HBCU or not, you can definitely contact us and we can get you placed somewhere.
Awesome, awesome. What about you, Dr. Shy? Does the organization you work for, or does your nonprofit have any internships or volunteer opportunities that you would like to share with our viewers?
Yes. So for Black History Month, Building Bridges, we are actually hosting a Black History Month Read Aloud virtual event with an elementary school here in Chicago. And so for volunteers, you can actually go to our website. The link will be live tomorrow for you to actually sign up for a time slot towards the end of February. I believe it's February 22nd and February 25th. So we'll be reading books to elementary students. Now we do have a book for Katherine Johnson.
Nice.
Reading, and it's totally virtual, so very easy to get involved, and it will only involve 30 minutes of your time. So again, link will be live tomorrow for you to go sign up for that. Also, if anyone is here watching that is actually in Chicago, we'll be in person at the Museum of Science and Industry on February the 26th at the Black Creativity Career Showcase. So come there, see us, visit our table. There'll be some team members for you to talk to and get to meet. And then we'll be planning in-person events here in Chicago as well, starting March 19th. So all of those things will be going live on our website very, very, very soon.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So everyone, that will be concluding our GiSTEMchats. Can we give it up for our wonderful guests that we had today? Eisha, Clyde, and Dr. Shy Brown, you guys have been awesome and amazing, and I am so appreciative of having you both join us tonight. Oh my God, you guys dropped a lot of nuggets today that we are definitely going to grab. We're going to post them. We're going to post the nuggets because you guys have dropped so many. To our viewers, we will have our next GSTEM chat on March 29th, and that will be What is Agriculture? So if you are interested in learning more about agriculture, please join us for our next GSTEM chat. Again, that is going to be March 29th, 2022. And then guys, until next time, well, first of all, please follow the HBCU STEMulUS and Building Bridges, please, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the different types of social media handles. I believe we have them all in our description. So you can always go to the description and check that out. We are just so appreciative of having you both here with us. And we just thank you. And to our viewers, until next time, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.